Alright, what's up guys? Josh207 Cornhole here again today. And we are reviewing the Vipers today. This is the set from the latest release that they just dropped a couple weeks ago. Start right off by saying the speed ratings are a 5.7 in cold or damp conditions and a 7.9 when it's hot, dry boards and they're playing quick. I'd say it's fairly accurate. I do know that when I throw them, I do have a hard time with them because they are a faster bag. And I did throw them brand new, and these have been broken in to a point that I felt comfortable doing a review on them. This is your looseness now on them. They are pretty loose bag, pretty hole friendly. A lot of people that have thrown them in the past say has a different fill than it used to. This is like a round beady fill in it. Very small, sand-like, but it's still beads. It's not the round disc fill that you see in a lot of bags nowadays. I still like them. I do think I have a little bit of a hard time throwing them personally because they are a faster bag, floppy, and very hole friendly. Now the hole friendliness is not a bad thing. These are very hole friendly. It's great. I think the problem for me is I have a hard time with very fast bags when the boards are dry. And today when we go outside and throw them, I think that's going to be the case because it's been humid, weirdly, because it's been raining. But today the boards have been playing very dry, so I don't think it's very much humidity in the fact that it's sticking to the boards. Now, when I've thrown them in the past, other Vipers, and I had a set way back that I barely remember having, and I've thrown Vipers in wet conditions, not wet conditions, but damp conditions, they do slow right down. The slow side especially, I do like it in those conditions because it does stop on the board, and the fast side can cut right through it. And I think these would be great in those conditions as well. I think in humid conditions, this fast side is going to cut right through it, but you're still going to be able to lay up with the slow side. They are quicker than the Widows, obviously, which I do like the Widows. And they are a very floppy bag, as you can see. I mean, they're very hole-friendly, very floppy, but that's not a bad thing. These I didn't really condition. I threw them quite a bit, trying to get them broken in. They do break in quick like the Widows do when you just throw them. I did have to tumble dry them at one point because they did get wet when my little one ran off with them and dropped them in the wet grass. But they didn't get stained or anything like that, which was good. They just got wet, so I ended up tumble drying them just to dry them out. And it did help break them in a little bit. I haven't had Vipers for a long time, so I can't tell you if they're fully broken in. I'd say they might be close, but I don't know for sure. So I guess if you have Vipers in the past, you'd know. This is where they're at right now. Very hole friendly when you throw them. They do land on the board very well. They flatten out. I do like them as a bag. They just have to have the right conditions for me because I do still throw hard. And faster, looser bags like that I tend to have a hard time with. The Widows are one of the bags that I do love because I can throw them pretty well from Ultra, but not one of my preferred bags. Obviously, you guys know it's carpet or slower bags now. But anyways, I digress. The price was they did the pre-sale it was $125 plus shipping, and then they did the actual release sale, which was $85 like normal plus shipping. So I think it comes to like 90. I think it was like 93. $95 somewhere in there after shipping, so it's not horrible. It could have been a little bit more. I can't remember what the prices were, but I know that was the first time they've ever done the pre-sale release, so everybody got a chance to get some, and that's pretty good. They're a good bag. Are they worth that kind of money? Depends if you are a big fan of Ultra or not. Do I think they're worth that? Yeah. In today's market, the 85 is definitely great. I think 125, I probably wouldn't pay that much for a set of Vipers, but that's just me personally again, because they're not my favorite bags. There's other bags out there I'd rather spend that money on. But that being said, they're a great bag. They're very hole friendly. They play very well, and if you like Vipers, I think you're going to like these. The biggest thing I've heard from quite a few people is the difference in fill. They don't like that difference, so they're having a hard time adjusting. And some people don't care. Some people haven't minded the fill change. I think it's probably one of those things where the world we live in today, it was just they had, in order to release them, they had to get what they could for fill and released it with that. I've heard it's very hard to get materials, and especially fill right now, and especially the disc fill is very hard to find. So that's probably what I'd see as to why the fill was changed, but maybe they have a different reason. So I guess without further ado, we'll get outside and we'll throw these. Price touching the price, they're pretty hole friendly. The fill is that beady type fill, very small. And they're very nice bags. The color is actually pretty cool. I had the lime green and blue ones as well, but I ended up only keeping these ones because I didn't need two sets. I don't know why I bought two sets. but I did. So I ended up selling the other ones. I kept these ones. So let's go outside. We'll throw them. We'll see how they do in these conditions. And I shouldn't say we'll see how they do. We'll see how I do in these conditions because Vipers are not my best friend. But they still perform very well and they're still a very quality bag. So, without even being said, let's get outside and throw them and see what we can do. Guys, like promised, I said before, we're out here with the new Vipers from the latest release. I'm going to throw them on these boards and see how they do. It's about 67 degrees and 68% humidity outside, so let's give them a shot. Let me check on this. It is recording. Still getting used to the phone. I can't see it, so I just want to make sure it's recording. I will say, the Vipers come very stiff, brand new. Very pretty stiff, actually. But the more they break in, they get very floppy, which if anybody's ever had Vipers before, they already know that. This is actually my first set of Vipers I've had from brand new and thrown. They are a little different than the older ones, I think, from what I remember. But I haven't had a set in a long time, so I can't really remember. I do know that these are pretty nice. I might actually, like I said before, try to trade them for a, colorway from the older releases because I like some of the older colors better. And I heard the fill's different in these, so I kind of wanted to see for myself. And I might do that because I don't really need two sets of Vipers. That's way too hard. I don't really need two sets of Vipers because I don't throw them enough. I do like the Widows a lot, but I don't throw the Vipers enough to need multiple sets. There we go. We'll come down again with the slow side and then I'll throw the fast side on them, which, heads up, per usual, fast side I probably won't be able to keep on the board, especially in these not so humid conditions. Some grass stuck in it. They don't like to stay on the board for me, but we'll see. I do like how hole friendly these get. Very, very hole friendly. Maybe don't throw it super hard. That bag actually stays on the board on the slow side. So we'll throw some quick side here and see how I do with them. Like I said, you guys know by now, fast side's not my friend. So let's see if we can keep them on the board on the fast side. Oh, I almost had it. The Vipers especially, I like to throw the slow side because they're just quick bag. And I get in my own head, throwing the quick side on them. And I tend to throw it, miss the board like that. That's horrible. That is horrible. That's why I throw slow side on actually most bags. Because I have more control on the slow side. I tend to throw it a little harder. I also bowl, and I've been told that my whole life, that I try to muscle the ball down the lane, and I throw it too hard. And I think that transitions over to cornhole too. Just see, I get my own head with the fast side, and I tend to either front board it or throw it right off the back. Some days I throw these really well, some days not so much. Slow side I definitely throw better than the quick side because I think they're more controllable. But that being said, I do like the quick side to push. Jeez. I do like the quick side to push that slow side because it can still be pushed even though it's the slow side. See, I cannot. We're going back to slow side because, jeez, I get my own head with the fast side and I don't focus. So we go back to slow side. Coming back this way. These are great bags, guys. And if you don't throw that hard, you have a high arcing throw. I imagine they're amazing. See, now I'm in my own head, period. Just trying to make it to the board. Wow. All right, there we go. All right, we'll throw a couple of the slow side. Maybe we'll lay up and get a push up route. But you can see they're not my best bag. They're a great bag, not my best bag. Not what I throw best with. Definitely prefer the carpets, but these are great bags. You just have to know how to throw them. And for me, that's not always the case. But yeah, it's on the board. I come back and down. Maybe we'll do one more down and back. The slow side, I think I do like. They're kind of like the Widows, but a little bit faster. Big fan of the Widows for ultra bags. That's not even gonna make it. For these, it's the right conditions. Human conditions, I bet these would be amazing. And I can't throw today, guys. Wow. But there we go. Barely fell off. I do apologize for that throwing. It's just this type of bag. For me, faster bags aren't always easy. I do like them for humid conditions, but of course, now that it's September up here in Maine, heading into October, it's actually might as well be October. Into the week is October. The bags are just, the humidity's kind of gone up here, so right now it's kind of humid because it's been raining, but stay on. Oh man, you can see how slick that fast side is. It just slowly drooped off the board. But anyways, these are not the bags I'd be throwing around. Maybe indoors when it's hot, humid, sticky, boards are moving slow. Yeah, I would probably go for the Vipers. But for conditions like this, the boards aren't playing that sticky, and I can't throw, I would definitely go for the Widows. If I was going to go for an ultra bag, I'd honestly probably reach for either my Deadheads, my Tangos, or my Bravos from WTF, because they're just good bags. I know I said one more, but I don't want to end on a bad note like that. It's just hard to say, you know. I know some guys that love these. My buddy has 2 sets from this release, and he freaking loves them. Like, he loves these bags, loves throwing them, but he also likes the Sasquatches. The other thing might be for me, these are very loose, and I do like a fuller bag. So that might be part of the problem for me, is learning to throw the looser bags. Not my best friend, but we can still get it done. And I'll stay on the board. Didn't even make it front board. And that's not even going to make it board. So, I guess I'll end it on that, guys. Do apologize for not so great throwing. It's kind of why I did a little bit longer throwing session. They do perform very well. All depends on the conditions. Like I said, it's a 71% humidity out here, so it's probably getting ready to rain again. It's been raining for a couple of days. Caught a break in it. So, Viper's a good bag. Like I said, I'm probably going to keep these and try to trade them for a different colorway. But if not, I'll keep the bags, period. They're just, they're a good bag. Very hole friendly. Very loose. They're kind of fast for me. I like them a lot for the colors. But I just, have a hard time throwing these. I'd probably rather get another set of Widows if I was going to get some ultra bags or try some of those carpet ones. But this is Josh, 207 Cornhole. If you like a faster, floppier bag, give them a shot, guys. Have a good one.